Okay guys, so for anybody who stumbles across my channel and is watching all my videos in chronological order, I promise that pretty soon the Battlefield 3 gameplay is going to stop for a while and I will have more variety. It's just I've been playing the hell out of Battlefield 3. I finally picked it up, a used copy, and I'm starting to love it. Honestly, I didn't really get a chance to play all the other Battlefields, and when I picked up Battlefield 4, I felt like something was missing, and I was like, well, before I finish Battlefield 4 campaign, I need to play Battlefield 3. I'm not gonna really worry about Battlefield 2 or the first one unless it comes out on Steam or if there's like cheap versions of it for the PC that I'm gonna get off of Amazon or something. Cause I love video games and I'll play all the old ones. I don't care. Anyway, this is Logan from Cryptic Gaming, and I want to talk about an interesting article that I found and I read into. So, we all know that 2014, last November, that just came through, the Xbox One outsold the PS4 according to the NPD group. According to their data, the Xbox One outsold the PS4, which is true. It is very, very, very true. This was very good news for the Xbox One, Microsoft, and Xbox One fanboys. Fanboys suck. Anyway, so according to this article, a Microsoft executive says we are just getting started after they outsold the PS4 in November, following last week's news that the Xbox One had outsold PlayStation 4 in the US and UK for November 2014. Microsoft's Aaron Greenberg has spoken out to say we are just getting started. Greenberg's official title is Senior Director of the studio's marketing group for all first and third party Xbox games, a position he took on in June after nearly 3 years in the role of Chief of Staff. So, not only did the Xbox One outsell the PlayStation 4 in November, but software sales were also strong, and they sold more Xbox One games than the PS4 did, which to me kind of makes sense. It comes hand in hand because you usually wouldn't buy a console without buying games. So, of course, if more people bought an Xbox One than they did a PlayStation 4, of course the Xbox One is going to outsell the PlayStation 4. I guess that doesn't really mean that it always will come hand in hand like that, but it was kind of expected. However, this does not necessarily mean that the Xbox One will always outsell the PlayStation 4. However, this does give Microsoft a boost of confidence, and at this moment, we'll see in the future whether or not Microsoft can keep its momentum going. For one thing, the company says that it has so many holiday 2015 games in the works that it may need to delay some to make room. So, do you think Microsoft can extend its winning streak? Let us know in the comments below. So, that was just me loosely quoting the article so you can get the gist of what the article was saying. Basically, what they were saying is that the Xbox One outsold the PlayStation 4 in November and had really strong software sales in November and outsold the PlayStation 4. This is good news, and I want to see it because if the Xbox One actually gives Sony some competition, then Sony will also better their system, which is why I'm not a fanboy, because I know that competition is good for both consoles. It's the reason why we have consoles. That was just to shut up any fanboys out there. Anyway, so yes, Microsoft outsold the Sony's PlayStation 4 in November, but however, does this necessarily mean that they will win the console generation? No, it does not. It doesn't. It also does not mean that they are going to catch up to Sony, start selling just as more. The only thing that is going to make Microsoft ever outsell the PlayStation 4 is by proper marketing. But of course, Sony could easily backfire that on Microsoft, or just continue doing what they're doing and keep advertising for the PlayStation 4. Just because the Xbox One has 1 month of outselling the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 had about, 12 months of outselling the Xbox One already. So that's a pretty big leap that Microsoft and the Xbox One are going to have to get over in order to start beating the PlayStation 4. Also, I'm pretty sure a lot of Xbox One fanboys wet themselves when they said that there's a lot of games that are going to come out holiday season 2015. I guarantee you, there was a lot of Xbox One fanboys that shit their pants, and then Sony fanboys were like, what? No, but what? No. Well, both of you shut the fuck up, because the thing is that, yes, Microsoft may have a bunch of 2015 holiday games coming out, but guess what? They're not the only ones making games. Who is to say that Sony also does not have holiday games that are to come out in 2015 for the holiday season to kind of, fight back against Microsoft? Not to mention that Microsoft came out and publicly said that, meaning Sony can see it too, just as we did. They are capable of seeing just as much as we are. Who's to say that they won't start developing a shit ton of games to hopefully release more and better games than the Xbox One in 2015 during the holiday season? See, that's how capitalism works, and that's how competition works, and that is how we are able to have two consoles that are trying their best to be the best console that they can be. So, in other words, the competition is very good. I'm glad Microsoft outsold the PlayStation 4 in November, especially after all the policies and shit that got fucked up with the Xbox One. I'm glad to see that they're doing better, but let's see if they can actually keep the momentum up and catch up to the PlayStation 4. Regardless, I'm glad that they're actually giving Sony competition, because in the end, that makes us all happier gamers because we get better content. Anyway, that was my take on it. If you have a take on it, please comment in the comment section below. I'll read them, and I'll reply to a lot of them. And please favorite, rate, and subscribe. And thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Peace.